September 12th, Company of the Unfit. 1 Samuel chapter 22 verses 1 to 2. David therefore departed from there and escaped to the cave of Adullam. And when his brother and all his father's house heard it, they went down there to him. And everyone who was in distress, everyone who was in debt, and everyone who was discontented gathered to him. So he became captain over them. And there were about 400 men with him. When General George Washington gathered his armies to fight against the Redcoats, they came from every conceivable walk of life. Some were frontiersmen, while others were merchants, farmers, and even slaves. But the overwhelming majority had one thing in common: they were not trained soldiers. Most of them had shot nothing bigger than wild game. Yet, in spite of that glaring deficiency, they took on the disciplined regiments of British regulars, and after a 7-year struggle, they won. David's army also was a ragtag band of misfits. Those who were in trouble, in debt, or simply discontented were drawn to him. A more motley group of outcasts would be hard to find, hardly a fit army for a would-be king. Yet, despite their many shortcomings, God used them ultimately to bring David to the throne. God delights in accomplishing his will through those the world considers unfit. He always has been attracted to people who will make themselves available and let him do the rest. He took a schemer like Jacob and made him the father of Israel. He took an escaped fugitive like Moses and made him a fearless liberator. Therefore, it should come as no surprise that he was able to take a group of unlikely malcontents and debtors and use them to establish a shepherd boy like David as king over Israel. Imagine what he can do with you and me. Are you ill equipped for the task that God has called you to? Then rejoice, because that means you have the primary qualification God is looking for. If you are willing to be used, God will do the rest. God can make the unfit fit for his plans. Amen.